I've been thinking a lot about what happens when you have to go someplace and expect to encounter a person who's disagreeable or different, or maybe you've even decided not to participate, not to go someplace because someone you really don't want to see and you really don't want to encounter. However, those are your friends and those are your family. So I think the question is, do you give yourself permission to let somebody else have the power to ruin your day or to really keep you away from friends and family that you really want to see? So something you might want to think about is to decide ahead of time that you're not going to give away the power to somebody else to ruin your day or ruin your family gathering. So the first thing to do is to think about how to manage yourself so that when the person is unpleasant or rude or really difficult, some people are really judgmental, biased, prejudiced, and they can be pretty awful. And sometimes they actually can be intentional or malicious. Fact of the matter is, mostly they're just kind of clueless and kind of selfish, and they're really not out to ruin your life. But in general, their life is not so great, or they don't have their act together so much. So they tend to have bad behavior. So the question is, what can you do about that? Well, you can decide ahead of time not to react when the person is unpleasant or disagreeable, because probably if you're thinking about avoiding a situation because of such a person, you have a clue about the kinds of things that they do that are really aggravating. So decide ahead of time that when you hear bigoted or judgmental or sexual comments or rude comments, decide ahead of time not to react and maybe say something, you know, that really wasn't helpful, and I think maybe it's time for me to go play marbles with the kids or something. But just, you know, remove yourself and don't engage and don't participate. Now here's a caution. If you're going to do that and say something like that's not helpful, you need to be kind yourself, because if you do that with an attitude, you're going to start a fight and you're going to be disagreeable yourself. So the trick is to decide ahead of time not to give away your power and to just disengage and decide to spend the good time with the people that you came to see, and don't go out of your way to avoid people that you really care about just because of one unpleasant person. So I hope you can go and have a good time.